Hey, my beautiful Libra. Welcome back to Mindful Intuitive Self, where we talk about everything spirituality, manifestation, life, and love. And this week, baby, is different. You've been given, pouring into everyone, keeping the peace, smoothing over chaos. And I know you're tired of being the one that sees both sides while no one really sees you. Well, get ready because July 1st to the 7th, the universe tips the scales in your favor. This week isn't about balance, it's about justice. And you're finally receiving what you've been energetically earning for a long, long time. Let's talk about it. Libra. This week begins with the moon in Virgo, also known also known as your 12th house of endings, intuition, and emotional rest. And Libra, it might start off feeling like a fog is lifting. You may feel weirdly emotional about things you thought were over. You may be sensitive to people's energy and words, even the subtle stuff, and have a strong desire to be alone and just breathe. And that's not weakness, Libra. That's recalibration. You're releasing energetic clutter, and your nervous system is like, whew, thank you, finally. As we move into midweek and the moon enters Libra, it's like bam, you're back, you're clear, you're grounded, you're magnetic. This is emotional spring cleaning. And by the end of the week, you're going to feel like your soul is finally exhaled. Okay, Libra, let's talk about your bag. Let's talk about the paper. Okay, Libra, let's talk about the bag. Let's talk about your paper, your plans, and your purpose. Because this week, there's movement. And it's the quiet kind that leads to massive results. With Mercury and Leo lighting up your 11th house of networks, visibility, and long term dreams, your voice and your vision are starting to reach people. Not necessarily loud, but strategically. And here's what you can expect. A connection shows up and casually offers an opportunity that shifts everything. You can get a referral, a repost, or a message that opens up your platform and gets seen. A past collaboration or project starts picking up again, but now it has real traction, and you start to see that money flow. Someone who underestimated your value is suddenly watching you glow up. This could hurt, but stay in your alignment, Libra. This is social currency turned into actual currency. And if you've been working on something behind the scenes, this week is your quiet green light. The go ahead you've been waiting for. And this is going to be big. As far as love and relationships, Libra, because let's be real, you want the butterflies, but you also want the bedrock, the passion, and the peace. You want the fun in the future. And this week, that truth starts to become non negotiable. If you're single, someone may show up this week that seems magnetic, but take your time, move slow, hold strong boundaries. The initial spark is there, but emotional safety needs to match the chemistry. If you're in a situationship or a confusing connection, you can expect clarity, either a heart opening conversation or a gentle walk away. If you're in a relationship, this week brings a powerful conversation about your needs, your emotional reciprocity, and what's next in the chapter of you and them, and what it really looks like. You are being asked to stop editing your emotions for just keeping the peace. This week is about love that feels like relief, not a riddle. Mercury is in Leo now, and for you, Libra, this isn't just about speaking, it's about being heard. And this week, a message you've been holding back finally comes out and it lands. You may have an invitation to speak, teach, write, or create something that has ripple effects. There's a moment where someone says, wow, I never saw it that way until you said it. Libra, you're a natural diplomat, but this week you're not smoothing things over. You're speaking from your core, from your wisdom, from your clarity. And that kind of truth shakes things up in the best way. Here are my predictions for you. And Libra, I'm not being dramatic when I say this. Your energy this week is otherworldly. You're walking into a timeline that feels like this is what it feels like when the universe has my back. Because it does. And you're going to see the signs this week, Libra. Someone who may have ghosted you, overlooked you, or undercut you suddenly sees your value, but you've outgrown needing their validation. So, a little late, a powerful soul connection begins for you, or a dormant relationship blooms in an unexpected way. Libra, you're going to have money or opportunities flow through friendships, social circles, or content that you may not have expected to do well. There's going to be a decision that you make from your intuition this week that brings results very fast. So follow your intuition. It's leading you to what you need to do next. You'll make cry tears of the release this week, not from sadness, but from the peace of being seen. This isn't just balance, Libra. This is correction. And you've been underestimating how far your energy ripples. This week, you finally see it. Libra, I know it's been exhausting keeping everything together, holding the space, maintaining the grace, and waiting for people to catch up to the version of you that's already leveled up in silence. But that wait is over. This week isn't just about receiving love, money, or support. It's about receiving yourself, the real you, the full you. The one who's been buried underneath all those obligations and all that overgiving. Let that version of you shine. If this has resonated, please drop a comment in the comment section. Share this with your Libra bestie. And make sure to come back next week. We're not done evolving. And this is Renee with Mindful Intuitive Self. And this week, Libra, you're finally on the receiving end of your own magic. Until the next video, many blessings to you. Namaste.